She did not beg. She gathered her grief like a veil, wove her sorrow into prophecy, spoke in dreams to those who still bled freely, whispered to women in dark corners of rooms behind locked doors through clenched jaws. She taught them how to look back without turning to salt, taught them to own their darkness, their suffering, their intuition, to light candles not for forgiveness, but for remembrance. Yet she is not gone. She is under your tongue, dear daughter. When you speak what you are told should not be spoken, she is in your spine when you refuse to kneel. She is in your sex when you do as you wish with it, when you swallow pleasure and give in to it on your terms. They will say she is a monster. Let them. Monsters survive. Monsters remember. Monsters birth new worlds from ashes. And when the time comes, she will return not to Eden, but to the cities built atop its ruins. She will walk through steel and smog and call her daughters by name. She will know your name, if you write it down in the bones and the stone and the steel of this world. They made her into a myth, because they could not make her into silence. You have decided to follow Nedra. You walk through the village behind her. The wind stills. The night sky is low, heavy with clouds obscuring the stars and moon, and the earth beneath your feet feels too soft. The scent that meets you is not rot alone, but something more complex. Rich soil, crushed green, iron, and the faint sweetness of blooming things. Nothing stirs. Only the sound of your steps and the stillness of death. Then you begin to see them. Men. Young, old. Fathers, brothers, lovers, sons. All now lying motionless, where life left them. They've died in so many different ways that each offers a new vision of death. Some are shot, others have tools or knives sticking in them, and still others have been torn to pieces. They lie where they fell. They are not buried. Rather, they have been reclaimed. Vines thread through rib cages like stitches in a garment. Moss coats jaws and brows. Thorny roses bloom from shattered chests, their petals pale as milk and slick with dew that smells faintly of blood. You see a figure still seated against a well, his face covered in ivy, mouth parted in a silence more profound than death. Mushrooms and bright flowers adorn the skin as they would the bark of fallen trees. Each body is both ruin and garden. The village is a mausoleum dressed in green, tended by unseen hands. Flowers pressed through floorboards and twist through broken windows, as if nature herself reached inward to take what remained and reshape it. You recognize the work. This is not random decay. This is ritual. This is reclamation. It is her hand you feel here. Lilith. First woman, the dark mother who watches from beneath root and moon. Her presence hums beneath your skin, coiling around your bones like the vines rind theirs. She has passed through this place like a storm made of silence and judgment. What was male, violent, unbalanced, she has laid to rest. Not out of cruelty, but out of completion. You do not speak. You do not need to. The message is everywhere. And the way lilies bloom from shattered skulls, and the way thorn and blossom have made each man part of the earth again. Lilith's presence caresses the back of your neck, the curve of your cheek, the smoothness of your throat like the hand of the only lover who ever deserved you. She glides along your skin, weaves through the hairs of your body, reverberates through your bones, and sings in your marrow. She suffuses you, envelops you. The feeling is electric, and shivers run all the way down your spine to the small of your backs, and the cold allure of her darkness enshrines your hearts like a promise. Here, in her garden, she is not so much worshipped as she is obeyed. As you walk through this garden, what is going through your minds?
I think for Vanessa, she's feeling conflicted. The scene of death, the scenery of it, it is beautiful to her. It is kind of comforting in its way. But she just can't help in the back of her mind feel like there's something off. She's a very logical person, a very insightful person, and it's an itch that she just can't quite scratch at it.
For Ada, I think it is a lot to take in. And there's a bit of temptation to coil up and watch. But she knows that that time has passed, and she knows that you have to keep moving, and that the time for action is now. And it feels odd to feel her presence here when it looks like such cruelty could have been. Is it cruelty or is it efficiency? Is it cruelty or is it creativity in the way that all of these men died? So efficiency is respected, but nonetheless she feels her here. And we'll continue to watch, but we'll also continue to move.
Baby girl is kind of trailing behind everybody. I think she came out last. She's still got her snacks and her six-pack. And she's a kind of girl that her inside thoughts are worn very heavily on her outside. And she's kind of just holding this beer, staring around at everything around her, and the back of you guys, you just hear, holy fucking shit.
I think that Jennifer is completely in awe of this. She's so used to working so clinically and technically and symmetrically that witnessing bodies looking like this and being sort of meticulously yet haphazardly reclaimed by nature excites her in a way that she hasn't felt in a long time.
You realize that the village, small village, is probably all the men of the village are here in some way, shape, or form. Maybe a few missing. This seems to have happened fairly recently. You continue moving through, and eventually you see up ahead a group of women who are piling some of the bodies in a trailer that is attached to an ATV. There's a group of them working at this, and they extricate some of the bodies from the ground, flowers and moss and vine and all, and pile them into the trailer. Nedra rushes forward and helps them as one of them stumbles a little bit and the body threatens to roll off. What's everyone's hunger at?
0, baby.
Okay. The scent of blood is not very fresh. There's a lot of it, but it's a few days old. And none of you are hungry enough at this point to be on the verge of losing any sort of control for the situation. You see Nedra rush over, help them back one of the bodies, and she thanks them, and they say this is probably the last ones for the night, and she says, good, we can't simply work, we have to rest also. I'll guide our friends up there, I'll meet you there. And they look at you, and there is awe in their eyes, and one of them you catch whispering to Nedra, is one of them her? And Nedra says, Silas will know. And two of the women climb on the ATV and start it up and start pulling the trailer up the hill as the other women fall into step behind it and walk up. Nedra is waiting at the exit of the village towards the trail that leads up into the mountain for you.
Remind me, are they all human?
Yeah.
Including Nedra?
Yes.
Huh. I think before Ada moves closer to follow, her eyes feel drawn to those pale roses so different than her own. And I think she finds one with blood, a speck of blood on it, as well as the dew, and plucks a petal and puts it on her tongue. And breathes. Because there's one thing that feels off that she can put her finger on. It's that when the scene was described, nothing stirred. Her garden was always alive, and her leaves always whispered.
As you bring the flower, the petals up near your face and inhale the scent of them, there's a trace through it that reminds you of someone, reminds you of your sire, as if she had been by recently and had touched these petals, these flowers.
She always favored the paler clothing.
Nedra is waiting for you all. What do you all do?
I think Jennifer kind of, as much as Jennifer would, scampers up to her and goes, fascinating work you're doing here.
It is quite beautiful.
It's not my work. It is the work of all of us. From every woman of the village has lent a hand.
Are you harvesting them for food? What exactly is the purpose of all these men?
There is no purpose. Their purpose is come and gone. They were our jailers, our captors.
I see.
We've been liberated, or rather we have liberated ourselves from them.
That's very excellent. Fine work.
Thank you. I'm glad you think so. Will you come with me then?
I think Vanessa will just look to everyone else.
Baby girl looks to Ada.
We see what there is to see, and we keep moving. How close is it to dawn?
Still several hours.
I suppose we follow you, and follow.
Yeah, and to clarify, these women, do they still, I remember in a description last section, do they wear red scarves on their neck?
They all have a red scarf somewhere, yeah, either tied through their hair, around their necks, or somewhere on their person.
Oh, I see. And is it an older village? Or is it just a
It's
smaller
just a
town,
very kind of
or-
small, isolated village, in, fairly deep into the forest in upstate New York.
Okay. Yeah, then I will follow to see.
You walk up with her along the path. Eventually, you see a sign up ahead. A sign that welcomes you to Mother Cabrini Shrine. And a little bit higher up on a bit of a plateau, you can see an old church. An old stone church. Sitting up there, it is hunched beneath a mantle of ivy and moss, and it seems to rise directly from the earth. Weather-worn walls, the same gray-blue as the surrounding rock. Time seems to have softened its edges. The bell tower leans ever so slightly, and narrow arched windows glow faintly with candlelight, each flicker tracing ghostly patterns on the leaded glass. The surrounding trees press close, their branches whispering in the night breeze. The darkness here is thick, almost sacred, broken only by the crackling light of torches set into iron sconces, and a few quiet spotlights rigged up on wooden posts. Their beams cut through the mist, casting long, warped shadows that dance across the chapel walls and the uneven stones of the path. Scattered around the main structure are 2 or 3 low stone buildings, more modest, perhaps once used by pilgrims and caretakers. Their roofs are moss-covered, their doors open to reveal the warmth of flickering fires within. But the strangest, most beautiful sight lies in the half-cleared glade to the west of the shrine, where a group of country women labor in the quiet hours of the night. Clad in shawls and long skirts, their hair braided or bound with red kerchiefs, they move with quiet reverence. Some dig, hands in soil as dark as loam shadow, others place smooth stones in curling, deliberate patterns. A few plant flowers, white lilies, night-blooming jasmine, and lavender, all glowing pale beneath the torchlight. The garden they are building feels ritualistic, almost ancient, like something long lost from a dream. They speak very little, but when they do, their voices are soft and low. And here and there, you see scattered about more of the remains of men, a pale hand being buried in dark loam, a face half hidden by rocks or flowers. As you approach the shrine, you see an even stranger sight still. A man working among the women. He is tall, very lean. He is stripped to the waist right now, his body covered in tattoos. He's wearing jeans. His hands and clothes are dirty with the soil and the dirt of digging here and helping these women build his garden. And as you approach, you immediately realize he's kindred. And not only is he kindred, but age and power radiate off of him. almost more than anyone else you've ever met. Whoever he is, he's been around a long time. As you approach, someone taps him on the shoulder, and he looks up, and he sees the lot of you, and his eyes grow wide, and they fixate on Ada. He gets up, pulls the women that are near him to follow, to come with him. He rushes towards you, and as he comes within maybe 10 or 12 feet of you, he falls to his knees. And in a voice that seems to emanate from everywhere around you, that is soft but seems to echo throughout the entire glade, he says, "Did I not promise? Come, sisters, gather. I have seen it, I have spoken of it, and now, behold, she has returned. Lilith walks among us." And all the women start to intone this chant of Lilith, and they start to gather around you. They all kneel. They all surround you and kneel. They place their gardening tools on the ground in front of them like offerings. Those in the back stand around, all intoning this chant and looking at you. Yes?
Quickly after he says that, I would say, yes, she was here when we arrived. She was here in the vines that sprouted up and through these men. She was here in the petals that fell upon your deceased when you liberated yourselves. Why you fall on your knees now is a question to me.
Because you were here. Because you were here, we've done what you ask. We've enacted the sacrifice of these wanton, destructive men, and I've done so in your name, and as I have foreseen, as I've seen in my dreams, you've come walking up that path with your 3 handmaids.
Well, my name is Ada.
But within you,
Within
you
me
is Lilith. I know, you have told me yourself. You have reached out to me and you have spoken to me. You have guided me here. You've brought me here. These women were under the thumb of these men. They were this cult, the Holy Grace of Saints they were called. They were under the control of cruel men. I was guided here by you and told to help free them. And I did. And they rose and they struck, as you once did and as you will again. Oh, please do not deny them your presence now. They have suffered so much and they have given so much. They have waited for you.
And do not blaspheme the name of our Dark Mother. My name is Ada, and she speaks through me, yes, but I'm not her. She is in me and uses me to speak as she would anyone. Although I do feel closer to her. She's not yet with us. Not yet.
She said you would be confused and unsure. She gave me something to show you, so that you would realize who you really are. That you are Lilith. Come back to us. Come back to these women. Do not take this away from them. Come, let me show you. Let me show you. And he gets up and he starts walking towards the church.
There is a moment when he turns his back that Ada reaches down to baby girl's forearm and squeezes a little bit, and you can tell she's a little frustrated.
Yeah, I think baby girl does the standing on tippy toes at Ada's ear. Boss, I think he's crazy. Might need to take this one back to the funny farm.
I do not like this. That trip that I was on, I saw him. I saw his evangelizing. What makes him no different from the men that they liberated themselves from? I do not trust this.
I do want to stress that None of you have ever seen him. Those little tidbits that I read last time were flavor narration. They weren't visions or anything. I never stipulated that you saw this or that this was something you were seeing.
Rewind it back.
It was a narrator trick to introduce some background without having to sit there and just info dump it.
Fair enough. Rewind.
He's
it
a
back.
writer.
I still don't like it. What makes them any different from the men they liberated themselves from? Why do they let a man lead them still?
I have these questions too. But I also recognize the power rolling off of him, and I also recognize that he can probably hear us right now, possibly.
Oh, probably. It's probably best that we have a private council privately.
I do not care. The only man to judge me is Hakim himself.
I'm not sharing my beer with him.
And you shouldn't.
No.
Come, see what Lilith has given me to show you. See what you have given me.
Can I, is there like an insight check I can do on if that slip up was like Freudian or intentional?
It wasn't intended to be a slip up. It was kind of him,
It was a
like when you
slip-up.
speak and you like try to use more precise language after, but you can definitely, if you want to do, okay, check, do you have any aspects? The first question I would have would be, do you have any aspects?
Oh, no.
If you do not have aspects, you can go ahead and try, if you will, an insight roll. So I would give you, give me an intelligence and insight roll.
Okay, not bad. And I have my very special long D10 for the one hunger, yeah?
Yes.
All right.
Can I also just do a general insight check? I do have dot and aspects.
I also have Sense the Unseen, so.
Okay, well, so
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
go around
just
the table and
see.
tell me what y'all are doing, because y'all are throwing all this at me. All right, so you're doing your test. What is it that you want to do, Ava? You want to use... is it a heightened senses that you have? What is it?
Actually, I have... Can I do Sense the Beast?
And what does that do? So you can just tell me.
Yeah, the vampire can sense the beast presence in mortals, vampires, and other supernaturals and get a sense of their nature, hunger, hostility.
Sure, go ahead, do that. Is there a test you need to do?
It is Resolve and Animalism.
Okay, go ahead and do that. Jennifer, you wanted to do something?
Yeah, on a slightly different but related note, I wanted to do Sense the Unseen, because Jennifer has spent probably a fair amount of time reading about cults and cultic behavior and wants to know what might be going on here that we can't see.
Okay. And baby girl.
Question. I have the snake still, yes?
Yes.
I imagine that baby girl, like, the snake, like, lives in her band t-shirt, kind of, like, wrapped around and, like, pokes her head out from her vest every once in a while. Is the snake reacting to this fucking weirdo?
No, the snake is just coiled around you and very, very at ease.
Beautiful. I would feel that Ada is experiencing the tension building in baby girl from her excessive bouncing on the balls of her feet as she's standing at her side, just saying things like, you just say a word. You just say a word anytime. I don't like this guy. He's kind of fucking weird.
Okay. First we see what he has to say.
Yeah,
Let's
sure.
go. But I
Better
think
make
you're
it
on
good.
something. I don't like the way he's telling realities like he's the one who knows.
I don't like the way he talks. I feel like he's going to sell us like a car or boat or something. It's fucking annoying.
We could use a car, to be fair.
Yeah, I could just boost another one. That's fine.
That's true.
So, what did you get as far as successes, Joe?
I got 3 successes. One of them is a 10, but it's not a confirmed crit.
Yeah, because you need two tens to get a crit.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead
3
and tell
successes,
me,
one
like,
on-
what are you looking for? Tell me what it is you're trying to discern.
I am currently pondering 3 options. Either he is fully in belief of what he is saying and devoted and possibly a little delusional or misguided or misinterpreting things. 2, I think he might not be telling us the whole story. And I don't know what the 3rd option is, but I feel like there's another possibility for it. But basically, I'm looking for... Oh, I guess the 3rd option would be that he genuinely is telling the truth to the best of his ability. But I'm looking for any sign of delusion or ulterior motive or manipulation.
It's just a skill check. It's not a discipline or anything like that. So, you have to take what you get.
Yes.
Not with a grain of salt necessarily, but it's not going to be very in-depth. I will say that there is no indication that he does not believe what he's saying. He seems to genuinely believe all of this. He seems to kind of like, I've expected this, I've expected your questions, I've expected your rebuttals, and he feels confident, like he's gonna show you something and you're gonna get it.
All right.
Ava.
I got 3 successes, regular, no pips or skulls.
Right. I'm going to have to ask you, because I'm old in my memories than I was. Remind me exactly what the power does again?
Yeah, it's basically taking senses to beasts present in mortals, vampires, and other supernaturals, and gain a sense of their nature, hunger, and hostility.
Their nature, hunger, and hostility. I would say that you get the sense of this person being very much a true believer, being very much I don't think you sense any hunger in him. Whatever he is well fed. He does not have... The beast appears to be sated and asleep. He doesn't seem to have any violence or anything like that, like kind of on the surface. He seems pretty calm and collected, and very much a true believer as far as like his nature, as much as what you can detect from his nature.
Okay.
Jennifer, you
Yes.
see... Oh, sorry, did you roll? Sorry, you had to roll. Right?
I did. I got 2 successes, darling.
You would get the sense of several spirits and ghosts hanging about, very much angry, very afraid, very in pain, and you get the sense that it is probably the ghosts of the men who were killed here that are kind of hovering around.
Any other things of note? Anything that seems a bit out of the ordinary, aside from, the cult leader and the dead men covered in mushrooms?
There is definitely a sense, and the best way to kind of describe it is that this place is magical somehow. That, this garden wasn't here a few nights ago, that it has grown very quickly, very unnaturally, very magically, again. The word.
How odd. Ada, darling.
Yes.
Well, I believe that there might be something quite supernatural here. There's certainly the ghosts of those men who have passed on, but also there's a sense that this place is magical, and I don't necessarily know whether that magic is good or evil, but I do not believe that this garden was here, let's say, last week.
Well, I do feel her presence here to a degree, at least. When I...
And that is true. You do feel that. You do feel that Lilith is here. It's not like...
She's present. She's been here. And she has that power. And when I put that pedal on my tongue, I felt connected.
Yes. I just feel as though perhaps we should tread lightly. I don't understand why a man would be running this all in the first place.
It doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm thinking, right? Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. But who knows? Maybe they've embraced their femininity in a way that she has found and deemed useful. And we do love using men to accomplish tasks that we don't want to do.
Getting their
Just
hands
like
dirty.
a man who would play Wonderwall.
What? Wonderful?
Don't worry about it. It's just... Ugh.
It's a horrible song from the 90s. Yeah, Vanessa's on it.
I've only listened to Handel and Rachmaninoff for the last 60 years, so I don't know what that is.
Wow, you sound like my mom. Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, I suppose we should not let him wait more. I don't want to see him agitated by tardiness.
Oh,
Never
like
worry
to see
about
that
upsetting
game.
them. We do this on our time. We do this when we're ready.
Oh, I like that.
Core principle. Anything on Susie Sue?
Nope. Just hanging out.
All right.
He does seem very calm, not hungry. Very true believer.
I got the same thing.
Right.
Regardless,
Well,
whether it's because of him or it's because of something else that we don't know, I think she led us here. Things might not be as they seem.
you just let me know when he needs an attitude adjustment. I'm really good at percussive maintenance.
All right. And do you have a particular band of the day that you want to be your code word? Ada says, indicating in the past that they, like, Baby Girl has used one of her favorite punk bands to signal that, like, it's time. And Ada will use that as a, like, safe word code word.
I think we should stick with the classics. Little Pussy Riot, you know? You get me?
You know, I do. I think that's my favorite one that you've showed me.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the classics.
No, you can't.
All
I
right.
respect that. I'll just leave.
Baby girl like puts her hand in the center, like everybody's just down to do this instantly. I say we give a good Pussy Riot on 3, all right?
I think Jennifer immediately goes,
Sure.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Pussy Riot! Let's
Pussy
fucking go!
Riot!
What did you?
And start following where he wants to show us something.
He's waiting very patiently by the entrance of the church. Many of the women have kind of gathered on him or pestering him with questions, and he says, "Yes, I was told that it would be, it would take a little time before she would realize this is, you realize, a very miraculous event. It may take some time, but she did foresee that this would be the case, and we'll be fine. She will be recognizing herself soon, and please, come with me. Follow me inside." And as he goes forward, my camera seems to be having a lot of difficulty right now. Okay, we're back.
Before following him in, Ada pauses around the women that are gathered. Just as a reminder, we kneel to no one. We do not bend that knee. The way you worship the Mother is by standing in your own power.
And when you say that, you see that this reaches them, and they stand up straighter, and it kind of convinces them that you may very much in fact be Lilith reborn.
Good. Now tend your garden.
As you walk into the small church, you see that all around the nave of the church, the bodies of men been laid out. There are plants growing from them. The walls themselves are covered with symbols and images of Lilith. What grabs your attention most as you step in and take all this in is that at the center of the room, where the altar is, you can see 4 men still alive that have been suspended over the altar. They are in various positions, arranged in very artistic fashion. They look like angels falling from the heavens, tumbling in a mad spiral to the infernal realm below. You can see that their blood drips from them slowly from small cuts. The blood drips down and gathers in this large hammered copper bowl that is sitting on the altar. You see all around the room bloody gardening tools stacked here and there, many in the confessionals. Near the altar, you also see 4 women, different enough that you realize they may well have been chosen at random. They are being stripped and washed by other women. The overall impact of this living sculpture of these men arranged as fallen angels, their blood dripping slowly into this bowl, is incredibly beautiful and the clear indication of some sort of design, of some sort of intention behind it.
Good gods. It's beautiful. I've always been fascinated about doing a blood eagle myself, but this is immaculate. Look how the lungs are still working. Oh. I'm sorry, I'm caught up in my reverence.
It is not something you see quite that often, even in history itself, at the very least of this country.
It takes a great deal of skill to do something like that.
Indeed.
Oh.
How do you, Jennifer, as you see this, obviously something very similar to the kind of work you have done or attempted to do, but there's something kind of different about it. How does it make you feel?
I think if Jennifer could, she probably would shed a tear at the sheer beauty of what she's looking at.
The preservation of the body. I suppose I hadn't thought that far. Huh.
Well, it can be a tool to really see things clearly. You must feel, and those who refuse to feel must be made to feel.
I think I understand you. I am sure you're somewhat familiar with my body of work. However, it was, well, let's say everyone was always disposed of. Now this, the preservation of life in the sculpture itself, that's something new, profound. I must admit I am truly in awe of this.
It's not a method that I've ever seen done firsthand, but this, and her eyes fall on this, Silas. This was your doing.
No, it was Lilith's doing. If you'll forgive me for interrupting, the Lilith is driven by the vengeance, by fury, by the wrongs that have been done her, by wanting to make those wrong right again, to reclaim her position of primalcy in this world, to destroy what those who have prevented her from speaking, those who have made her disappear from history, to destroy the works that they have done. I strongly believe that the work that has been done in this world by these men who have erased Lilith from the history is work that is dead. There is no beauty in it. There is no artistry in it. The gardens of Lilith herself, you yourself, and he looks to you, Jennifer, and he says, you yourself are an artist of sort, I seem to understand. The act of simply killing, of simply providing vengeance is all well and fine, but the ability to apply artistry to it, to make a statement with it, I believe is what Lilith is after. She's not here simply to get revenge. She wants people to understand why she is doing this, why she's seeking this revenge, what was done, to get an understanding of it so that it may not be repeated again, and to bring a beauty to it, which is what the gardens are all about. In your work, and he looks to you, Jennifer, again, have you been able to put life in your work?
Well, no. Quite frankly, the level of complexity of my work taxes the body to such a point that expiration is inevitable, tragically. I do so wish that I could maintain, keep them living through it. How marvelous would that be? Truly push the boundaries of what the human body can do.
A fallow field grows nothing. A field left fertile, even if it dies or seems to die every year, will bring abundance and life again. If you put life into your work like this, it exists for a much longer period of time. It can serve as a reminder, as a message, as a note of warning for so much longer, and the life that is in it, that breathes in it, makes it stand out all the more.
I believe I am understanding what you're saying.
And how exactly are you teaching through the pain? How exactly are you guiding those through the pain?
The men we have killed cannot understand what they have done. They died in fear or in anger, but not in understanding. These four men here
Yes.
understand because they have had time to reflect. They have had the ability to reflect on the wrongs they have done, and so have learned. If we were to take them down, it would be different. It would be changed. The ones we have killed can help us grow the garden, but they can never change. They can never be different. They can never learn.
I understand. The garden must be weeded. But how are you teaching through the pain?
I'm not teaching anything. Lilith is.
Now, you seemed so excited when I got here, saying that I was finally here, believing me to be Lilith herself.
Mm-hmm.
Yet you say I've been here teaching. Let me tell you, I can't be in two places at once, at least not to my knowledge.
You, perhaps not, but Lilith can.
And she can and has physically strung up these.
Oh, no, she moves through us the same way she moves through you. She has moved through these women and what they have done in the village. She has moved through me and simply my ability to make them realize that they could do this. She moves through you and what you will do to this world. I have prepared these four here. They have the honor of becoming your daughters and to be devoured by you in honor of Lilith.
Is he offering Diablo? Sorry, I'm out of character. What is he offering?
One of the tenets of the path of Lilith is that you have to devour your children. You have to embrace kindred and then eat them.
Okay, so it is diablerie. It would be to embrace them because they're still mortal at this point.
Yes.
An offering. I look to Susie Sue, coiled up in baby girl's jacket.
Very happy. Just resting there, flicking its tongue out once in a while.
I'm holding a corn nut there and pretending like Susie Sue's licking it. I've like completely lost track of what this dude's saying.
I know that it is a tenant. And I don't think she's ever done this before. I think it's been so long laying in wait. And there's that urge to shrink back a little bit, and she knows she has to push through. And that petal that's still on her tongue, I think she crushes it between her teeth just a little bit. Does it feel right?
Mm-hmm.
How long would that take? Wait, would it make us have to spend the night here?
Not necessarily. Well, yeah, my understanding of it, as far as the embrace is that you have to awaken the next night. So you would have to embrace them tonight. They would awaken tomorrow.
Okay. Silas, I understand what you were offering.
Silas is not there.
Oh.
The women are not there. There's just the four of you. You're feeling a little disoriented. You realize you don't really remember which way the door is. You're kind of lost and wandering through this room, this what was a church. There were pews here, there was an altar, and now all of that's gone. You are walking in what appears to be a garden. The room itself seems to have been replaced by this little hillock of moss and flowers. You see a tree slowly winding its way out of the earth at the center.
Does it look like the tree that I would believe to have been Lilith's tree, as depicted in Gilgamesh? Okay. Are you here with, like, reaches out to baby girl and Vanessa and also Jennifer. Are you all still here?
I think these corn nuts might have been out of date.
I didn't have any corn nuts.
Oh yeah. What's happening?
You notice as you come together and see the shifting landscape around you and this feeling of being somewhat disoriented. Out of the corner of your eye, you see a shape moving. A shape that is both dark and bright, and a voice echoes throughout the room.
Lilins, welcome to our garden. Gather. This night will see you tested. Our time is nigh. I return to reclaim what is rightfully mine. I will rebuild my garden upon the soil made of the ground bones and rotted flesh of those who have deceived me, bound me, bled me. My womb is dark and fertile, as is my garden, as are you. And both womb and garden will require the most dedicated hands to tend them. Now gather here at my feet, embrace, share your blood with one another to strengthen your bond. Then lay your heads upon my feet and sleep. Your trial begins. Take this one piece of advice with you. Suffering is key. I have tested many in recent nights. Perhaps you will be the first not to disappoint.
Well,
We all just saw that, right?
we all just heard that, correct?
Okay. Ancestors be with me, okay.
A test? I wonder what kind of test.
Ada keeps trying to speak and cannot find her voice. And instead, I think she arouses the blood to unleash her talons, her weapons that grow from her nails, like those of an owl, and bulge in thorny vines up her fingers. And do I need to make a rouse check for that? And
If the power calls for you to make a rouse check for it, yes, please do.
yes, this is my first rouse check.
We love a good rouse check.
Yes. So that would be the level of the... Hold on, maybe I can just click it. Just trying to find what I'm rolling.
In the top right-hand corner of the screen, there's like a little blood dot that says roll rouse check.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
It says success.
Excellent.
Amazing. So the claws will come out as described, and I think she just rakes it down her arm, her hand, and over around her forearm, and prepares to bond by blood.
The pain surges, and as it brings with it some clarity, you understand that you are in the presence of Lilith, that wherever she is here right now, and that this is a test. That she has expectations and plans and hopes, but that a lot depends on what you will do.
Jennifer pulls out her scalpel and takes it. She has like a very nice champagne cork that she keeps it so the blade's not exposed, and she pulls it off and she goes,
Oh, yes, I know exactly what we're about to do. Share a cup together. Yes?
and she rolls up the sleeve of her shirt, and you see once again that her skin is completely translucent. And she just very strategically finds like the skirting along a vein, almost as if she's very lovingly doing calligraphy or painting, and just carves in with the scalpel and offers the blood out as well to be received.
So, as members of the Sabbat, you've all partaken of the Voldery before this ritual that binds packs together. You all mix your blood together. The pack priest will intone a ritual, and then everyone drinks from it, and this is what keeps packs and the Sabbat bonded together. Now, all your packs have been decimated by the Reap and the recent attacks on Newark, so all of you have felt those connections kind of fade away. It is a way to bond several members of a pack together in a ritualistic fashion. It is pretty much at the core of all Sabbat practices.
Ada, a query for you. When it comes to this bonding and, if I understand, maybe perhaps feasting. I was born with the blessings of the twice curse. My blood is particularly potent and not easy to intake. I'm sure whoever the person that is supposed to be mine could possibly handle it, but if they happen to not, is there a loophole saying that blood poisoning can work for the feeding?
Bleak, what would Ada know about that? Joe is not familiar with this.
From bonding.
You would know what she just told you, I guess.
Oh, great. So you just said that you're ingesting your blood could possibly poison us?
It is it is poisonous, yes.
Oh, your blood is poison?
A lot of precautions had to be taken place when I joined my first pack because of that. Luckily, kindreds are able to handle it a bit more, but these are mortal women, and there's a reason why I have not taken a child for myself.
Well, a test and a trial is the perfect time to test the limits and boundaries. I don't have a choice in this, but you all do.
Isn't that the whole point, though? To suffer?
It will bring clarity. And there might be something I can do. Vanessa, can I... After you draw, do you mind if I smell?
Sure. She'll put on her claw rings and she'll just dig into the palm of her hand to draw the blood.
It would take the palm and put her nose just above it and inhale deeply, taking in all of the notes and specifically looking for what makes the blood so poisonous. And as she does, right before she pulls away, she pulls up her shirt. To you all, this is the first time you're seeing her stomach. The feet of a winged woman, a woman who looks like the one that just spoke to us, is tattooed under her sternum with wings flaring out over the ribs. And there are 2 names that are carved into her stomach. And she rakes her nails into above her womb and drags, roiling in the pain and the suffering as blood pools over her womb and just below Lilith's feet. And using that to hopefully bring clarity, she will then go and look around the garden and collect some herbs from her time as both a blood witch and an herb witch to add to the cup to aid in their strength and support their process.
Excellent stuff. Go ahead and give me a rouse check, since you are kind of tickling at the beast there with inflicting the wound on yourself and all that. And
Success.
okay, you
Wait, no, hold on. It says success is 0.
excellent.
Hold on. Yeah. No, I think
So
that's a
your
1 on the
hunger-
die.
Your hunger goes up by 1
Yippee!
as you feel the beast stir, and you've drawn its attention, and it has awoken. An eye cracks open and kind of starts sniffing the air around. You feel it stir inside of you. It's still manageable for now, but with this clarity that comes with the pain, you find the correct herbs and the correct things in the garden that have all been provided for you, apparently, and you manage to bring that in and mix that together. And you I've never done this before, but you think that perhaps it may help in the coming thing, but it will certainly still have a bit of an impact.
All right. I will also take that bitten petal from my mouth and add it. And look at the rest of you.
Yeah.
Baby girl, what are you doing?
Baby girl pulls a switchblade out of her back pocket. And was there a cup provided? Do we have like a physical cup here?
Oh, sure, you would have been able to find something. Someone would have had something.
Oh yeah, baby girl was like, I got you, don't worry.
Your beer can from earlier.
Takes takes the cup, her beer can, and the switchblade, and just kind of like lops off the top of it and like sets it in the center of them and does a little like palm scribble with the knife and holds a fist over it. All in, right?
All in.
Pussy Riot.
Got it.
Yeah.
She gets like pumped by that.
Is anyone going to attempt to intone some sort of ritual, or will you just bottoms up?
Oh, yeah. Well, I would intone the ritual that I would know that I would have done with my sire, Amira, I suppose. Specifically curated to Lilith, if such a thing exists.
Well, I would say that it was probably a very personal thing to her, so it could be a very personal thing to you. So what would you say, any of you, within the context of preparing to participate in the Vauldery together?
If I may, I think Ada would look to everyone and ask, so through suffering we find clarity. To intone this rite and this bond, and to bring us together in this pact. I will entrust you with one of the most painful memories of my life, in order to share the suffering and the clarity it brought me. And I would ask each of you to do the same. Take a moment and think. I can go first to give you a moment. And if no one speaks, then she will say, she'll pull up her shirt first and show you more clearly the names that she was very careful not to rupture as she dragged her nails, her talons across her abdomen earlier. And they read Rhea and Lorelei. Rhea and Lorelei were two very different instances of losing control over the situation and letting doubt and insecurity and self-consciousness take away from the path Lilith had set me on. Both times I had placed my trust in them. Amira, my sire, and I had begun to entrust them onto the path of Lilith before. Now Rhea was another vampire. And I did not see the greed in her. I did not see how she was only out for herself and what she could stand to gain. And I vouched for her, stuck my neck out, and she tried to sell us out to the Camarilla. And I had to intercept her before, and she left me no choice but to give her her final death. And the worst part is, I think I enjoyed it a little bit, seeking vengeance over someone who had wronged me. But it was wrong. She was not without hope. She could have ascended. I laid my shame down on that a long time ago. So I carved her name into my womb. And I wear it every day. Lorelei was a human. We should have let her go. We should have made her forget and sent her back. But I thought if I could just... You understand, looks at Jennifer. I thought if I just pushed a little harder, I thought that she would see it. I thought that if maybe there's a little bit of different pain. Maybe if she's not responding to the blood, then maybe the poison, maybe some. But I forgot how delicate humanity is. And I failed her. These are my shames.
Yeah. Humanity has a way, doesn't it? You know, I always lived in Newark. I used to go to this place. I still go, actually, Pipeline. You might know it. She like looks around. Probably not. Don't worry about it. Punk club. I have friends, you know, like you do when you're so fucking human. And then when I turned and I came back, hence the mask. Can't be friends anymore, can ya? But you can watch them. You know, there's a point when you grow up, I guess, that the light just kind of leaves your eyes. It's hard watching the light leave your eyes of your friends. Watch them grow old, soft, stop caring about all the cool shit that we all cared about. Not me. I still give a shit. I think that was the hardest. Watching the light leave their eyes.
My blood speaks of violence. It is a history that has shaped anyone that looks like me. It is ingrained, it is raw, and it is eternal. No matter how much therapy or prayer that they pushed on us to forget, no matter how much magic that you dig into from the ancestors themselves, that will never leave the blood. That taint will never leave the blood. I've witnessed my grandmother carry weight of the guilt of watching her children suffer, and yet hearing the stories of how she set ablaze a home that she has known her entire life with her husband inside for being the perpetrator of that pain. I have seen my mother break down from the work of those who did not deserve her until she was nothing left, and all I could do was stand by and watch. No justice, no vengeance. My own sire, my Abigail, she made the wrong people angry from back in the Mideast. And it took her from me. I know nothing but pain, because that is what the world has only given me. So I can give it freely back. If Lilith sees that and knows it to be true. May death be kind in her embrace.
Many moons ago, I ran an institution known as Blackwater. It was a facility that, well, men in that time very often would send their wives, hysterical as they were, to these institutions for care or maintenance or electroshock therapy. And now, being a woman and being the head of this institution, it was very odd, but I was first in my class, you see, and I never kept those women there. I always let them go. Let them be free. Let them wander. Let them live their lives without the oppressive thumb of their husbands on the pulse of their sweet necks. I started my work there. I was working on a quite fine piece. A woman whose husband was a beast, is putting it lightly. I was working in my laboratory one night, and a young woman who had just been admitted. You see, we had a bit of a ruse where we would keep them for a week or two and then release them however they wanted to be released, so they could start their new lives. And this young woman, her name was Abigail, she was wandering at night and found her way into the laboratory. I was faced with the worst decision I could possibly think of. Do I embrace her? Or do I end her? I don't know what happened to her, but I know that her spirit lives on somewhere in the depths of my mind. And I look at all of us here, strong, powerful, terrifying creatures that we are. Our strength comes from each other, from our dark mother, who is Lilith. Her fire is ours. Her blood is ours. Her gardens of hope, renewal, and suffering are ours. And thus, we bond ourselves to one another.
She takes the beer can off the ground and raises it, the sharp, jagged edge, to her mouth and takes a sip and passes it.
I'll take it next. Just take it like a shot. And passes it.
Ada will take a sip, knowing
Baby girl.
full well that baby girl will probably want to have do whatever she wants with that beer can.
I think she kicks back the rest and crushes the can to her head. Spicy.
It is, in fact, spicy as you drink it. The herbs and preparations of Ada have attenuated to a certain degree the properties of Vanessa's blood, but it's still there. This is a curse older than time itself that afflicts BANU HAQIM, and as the blood rolls down your throat, all of you will take 1 aggravated damage from the pain that it causes as it burns down your throat and into your stomachs. But then you feel the power of it and the connection immediately as soon as you all drink it, this connection, this bond that it creates between you. You know that you would have to do this several more nights for it to come fully into effect, but already the bond that had begun earlier is already strengthened that much more. And as the last of, needless to say, Ava, you don't take the aggravated damage.
Oh, okay.
It's your blood. You're good.
Okay.
As you drink the blood, I'm sorry. I guess I drank the blood too. As you drink it, you feel this closeness that binds you all to each other. You feel this sudden sense of safety and comfort in the presence of the others. Things start to move around you. Things start to change. You see the tree at the foot of which you rest starts to twist on itself and morph, and you see the figure of what you assume is Lilith start to take shape in there, but you're not sure if it's really happening or if you're seeing it. You're feeling, again, a little discombobulated, a little lightheaded, a little strange. Vanessa. Lilith is fundamentally associated with darkness, both literally and metaphorically. Her name itself is linked to the night and nocturnal spirits. In various interpretations, she embodies the dark feminine, representing aspects of female experience that are often repressed or feared in patriarchal societies, such as sexuality, anger, and independence. This darkness is not inherently negative, but rather represents the shadow self, the part of ourselves that we often try to hide or suppress. And these are the thoughts that are going through your head as you find yourself kneeling next to your mother's coffin. The coffin itself appears empty. When you look up, you see that the name inscribed above it is not your mother's, but yours. The darkness inside the coffin is almost a living thing. It is a void. It is this dark emptiness that calls to you, and unable to resist it, you tip forward and fall into the coffin and disappear into the darkness. You're in this void and darkness for some time. You hear nothing and see nothing, feel nothing, and you sense your thoughts themselves beginning to attenuate and grow dim, and for a moment you absolutely fear you're about to lose yourself and everything that you are into this nothingness, that everything that you've done, everything that you've lived and accomplished will be completely meaningless and disappear, as you will, from the face of this earth, from the memories of everyone around you. But just as this fear seizes you, you see a path forward, and you begin to walk it. And as you walk it, you eventually realize that there are things beneath the ground, and you see Jennifer, and you see baby girls' bodies. They are embedded now into the soil. Their bodies run over by garden snakes. And you see the path moves up further up to a hill. And when you look up at the top of this hill, you see this beautiful tree. And you know this is Lilith's tree. And you see around her a group of men, brutish, dressed in dark leathers, wielding axes and torches, and you know them to be the sons of Cain, the ones who assaulted Lilith under Cain's orders. They appear to be busy chopping down the tree in which you can see Lilith, and you know for a fact that they will soon see you, and that they will turn to you with their axes and fires, and that you will be just like Jennifer and baby girl, the remnants of yourself, imprisoned in the soil. And as you wonder what to do, and as you fear what is to come, Lilith's voice comes again on the wind. Darkness only disappears when we open our eyes, but be careful to keep it with you regardless. Cloak yourself in it. The night protects you. As you scour your memory, scour your mind, looking for the darkest part of yourself, what is it, Vanessa, that you fear most? What is that thought that comes to your mind?
That what all kindred, all hunters, what all Garou, what any of them say, that we don't have a soul, that we were lost in our awakening, in our becoming. And I know that I did not lose my ancestors. I did not lose those that came before. I did not lose my grandmother, my mother. I did not lose my sire. They are still a part of me, as I am a part of me. They cannot take it. I will prove my soul is still in the shadows.
The voice of Lilith comes again. Weave your armor from this fear. Let your darkness clothe you in power. Accept it. Accept that you have no soul, and none of these people have souls, and none of them are around you. You see the men on the hill have finished their work, and they're turning, and they're starting to head down this path. They will be upon you soon. They'll see you. What do you do?
I think she hears those words and she ponders it. And I think she will imagine a vial that she keeps with her, a concoction of human blood and poppy seeds. One of the first rituals that she was taught. She will take it and open it, and as just an homage, she will dig her nails and sprinkle her own. Then let me at least bid farewell. I knew of the earth from my grandmother, and my sire reminded me of the earth. Let me bid goodbye to what was, so I can embrace your teachings and coax the garden to make these people suffer. And she'll do the ritual coax the garden. That will make defensive plants.
You have to make a roll or do a rouse check.
No. She just had to sprinkle the ingredients, really.
As you do this, Lilith's voice returns again, and she says, "The darkness comes with a price. You must be willing to do that which you cannot fathom doing. The time of trial is coming. Accept the darkness, or the garden will remain closed to you." And as you sprinkle the blood on the ground, and as the men approach and look up, what happens?
I was brought into this world a child of Hakim. That was my second living. And now before the Dark Mother, I die again, bid farewell to what I've known, and become Vanessa Lilith. I will be your daughter. I will give in to the pain.
And I will remember your name. And you feel the deep, deep-seated pain of the knowledge that all these people you've cared for have gone, and that you have no soul and will never meet them again. The plants rise up, thorns, branches, hooks, needles, and the men scream. Baby girl. Suffering. Lilith's narrative often involves a sense of pain, exile, and rejection. In folklore, she's portrayed as Adam's first wife who refuses to be subservient and is banished from the Garden of Eden. This leads to her suffering as she becomes a demonic figure, a thief of infants, and a symbol of female rage and revenge. In feminist interpretations, her suffering is linked to the patriarchal structures that oppress women and force them to conform to societal expectations. You're alone. You don't see the others, you don't see anybody else. It's almost as if you've faded from anyone's memory in addition to their presence. Then you hear a voice behind you. A voice that you remember and recognize all too well. A man's voice who says, "Hey, baby girl. You silly cunt. Still the same dumb bitch you always were, ain't ya?
Fuck
Still
you.
wearing that dumb shit on your head?
Fuck you.
Fuck me. That the best you got?"
Do you want to dance?
You know me. In certain parts of the world they call me Kevin Bacon. I'm the footloose himself.
God, you're so fucking cheesy.
What about you? That fucking baklava on your head. You know, you're not that ugly. You're fine. Like, you don't have to fucking wear that. And he reaches out to grab.
Don't
Ooh,
fucking touch me.
fucking touchy, are you? When did you start fucking wearing that thing anyways? Hiding? Is that it?
What's it matter to you?
He looks around. Where are your friends? Where are they?
Fuck you. Go back to whatever fucking rock you crawled out from underneath and die there.
I have a question for you. Your friends there, the ones you just bonded so closely with, how many of them know your real name?
It's not who I am anymore. It doesn't fucking matter.
Of course it does. I know your real name. You were always special to me. You know that, right?
You disgust me. You fucking pig.
You've always been fucking funny, I'll give you that much. Judy. No one's ever cared for you. I'm the only one who's ever given you anything. And I gave you everything. And here you are hiding. You're one of the fiercest creatures in this fucking world, and you hide and you bow and you scrape and you lick the feet of this fucking bitch Ada. With some fucking self-respect, you're a bruja, you're not a feckless fucking snake.
She's my friend.
Oh, is she? Is she really now? What makes you say that?
She understands me.
What is there to understand? You're dumb as a rock. And you fucking swing a good punch. Like,
How the fuck would you know? You never stuck around, Daddy.
Well, you're kind of fucking annoying. Always fucking grating. This fucking whining. This... You can't fucking take you seriously. Just see how you dress? And this fucking thing on your head? It's so fucking dumb. I'm not gonna fucking be seen around with something like that. You wanna fucking be seen with me? You want me to hang around? You want me to be there for you? You're gonna have to fucking spruce up a little, because this is fucking embarrassing. You embarrass me.
Why the fuck would I want to be seen with you?
Nobody else cares for you. Nobody else has ever fucking done shit for you.
I just as soon fucking eat you so you'd be trapped inside me forever, you fuck.
Yeah, okay, go for it. Come on, come on, come on. Right here, right here. Come on. Come get it. Come fucking get it. Dinner served, Fido. Come on. No, you're not gonna
You've
do
always
it,
been
right?
a fucking prick.
You're not gonna do it, right? Because underneath everything else, you're still just a scared little fucking girl. You never learned to fucking stand up for yourself, so you always need other people to do it. You always need to surround yourself with other people. Better looking,
true.
stronger, smarter, and I mean, that's most of the fucking people anyways, right?
It's not fucking true.
Is it not? Look at these people you're with now. Each one of them 10 times the fucking vampire you'll ever be. Smart, beautiful, strong. And they keep you around because fucking every court needs a court jester, right?
Well, at least I'm making you proud.
You're not making me proud. Not a fucking day in your life. You're a fucking embarrassment. I already told you. Now, if you want me to take you out of this, if you want me to fucking bring you back, you're gonna have to ask.
Eat shit.
You hear Lilith's voice. Suffering is essential. Exile and rejection fuel our anger and makes our fury righteous. But only those willing to walk upon the coals and suffer their burning bite can find the way to the garden. Your sisters will surely walk it. But can you? Can you accept to suffer? To do the most difficult thing you can think of? To sacrifice your own desires for the greatest purpose of the emancipation of all your sisters?
I can. I will.
Yeah, you ain't gonna do shit. You're the dumbest bitch I ever met. You don't deserve friends. You're a fucking garbage pail kid doll that they're gonna fucking trail around, drag on the ground until they're fucking tired of you, and then they're just gonna toss you. And you're gonna be sitting there with your little fucking mask and your Kool-Aid lips, and you're gonna be like, oh, where did my friends go? Where did my friends go? And place every other one of your friends never went. The better people.
They were fucking quitters. This is different.
I guess we're gonna see, right?
I guess so.
Ask yourself one thing, though. If it wasn't for the Voldery, if it wasn't for this made-up synthetic bond between you and your pack mates, how many of them would fucking give 1 ounce of a fucking donkey's ass fuck about you?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty likable. Always got the snacks. Always got a sixer. Crack a hell of a joke. So the fuck do you got going on for you?
Buying friends.
Lame jokes.
Buying friends, are you?
Sure, that's what I do. Got me.
We'll see how you do. Just remember this. When you come crawling back to me, and you will, because you're gonna be fucking alone, and we both know you can't stand being alone. Not even you can stand your own fucking presence. I'm gonna make you crawl through so much fucking mud and shit before I take you back. And you're gonna do it. Because you're worthless. And nobody else will have you.
Come fucking try, asshole.
Last chance. Wanna bite daddy? I didn't think so.
Fuck you.
Ada. She looks and smells exactly the same as she did last time you saw her. She looks a little afraid, maybe. A little pale, a little wounded. When she smiles at you. And she says, "You finally found her, haven't you?"
I go towards her and I wrap my arms around her and tuck my face into her neck, breathe in her scent of my lover, my sire, Amira.
She holds you, and that sense is like the most powerful memory catalyst ever. A million memories and images and moments tumble through your mind. Most of them so warm.
She pulls back. What is this on your face? This fear doesn't suit you.
I'm afraid because I know that I'm going to lose you again, and this is the last time we're going to speak.
Again, no, I've still... I know you had to go to witness, but I still feel you.
That's because even death cannot keep me away from you. I'm not leaving, I'm gone. The
Yes,
fields
we
of
are.
Gehenna are a slaughterhouse.
Okay, then witness and observe and come back.
I'm gone.
No, you're not. I saw you last night. I've dreamed about you every time that I've...
That's because Lilith shares her memories of us. She knows the strength of our bond and what unites us. She knows the promises we made to each other. And she's made me one final promise. She's willing to give me a second chance.
You say that like you squandered your first.
I did not, but I could not resist the beckoning, and I
The
died
beckoning?
before I could serve Lilith.
The beckoning, I thought you weren't. You told me that you weren't old enough to hear that. You told me she sent you. What are you talking about? This is not making any sense.
Darling, the fields of Gehenna have done what no man ever could. They've brought me to the brink of
Men can't
final
do
death.
anything. What do you mean?
I need to prove myself to Lilith, so that she will give me this second chance, because I have failed her. I have failed her, and I fear that is because my blood is weak, and I need to prove that it isn't. That our blood, is the blood destined to pave the way back for her.
I take a step back from her and I really, really look at her and I really, really key into every sense and every fiber and every intuition of my being. And do I really believe this is her?
Without doubt. Now, I need you more than ever before. I need you more than I did at night.
When
I
you
need
bound
you.
me to you? When you made me promise to find you in New York after I'd wrapped up all my stuff?
More than ever.
And
I need-
how do you need me, Amira?
She comes closer and runs the back of her fingers on your cheek. I need us to be one. I need to prove to Lilith that I'm willing to do anything. I need to do what I said I would never do. And her finger runs down along the artery of your neck. I need your blood.
No.
I need to prove
You
to her
don't.
that I have the strength to do the things I do not want to do.
Flowers are for the garden. Amira, speak plainly. Do you mean to go back on your promise to me?
I already have.
No. You will not. Because you don't truly believe that. Because if you believe that the answer is to consume me, you will not inherit the garden. You will not walk in it. You will not walk upon it in the modern cities built upon the grounds. You will forsake everything that you've ever believed in. For what? Selfishness? That's not you. I don't know what you've seen. I don't know what this beckoning has done to your brain. I think you've been surrounded by Canaanites for too long, thinking for yourself.
It is not selfishness. I do this
It
for
is
Lilith.
selfishness.
I do this for Lilith. And you are
No,
bound to
and
do the
Lilith
same. You are
is
bound to
testing
do
me.
the same. She needs to know that you're willing to make any sacrifice for her. Even yourself.
So just for a test.
She pulls you closer to her. Her cheek is on your cheek.
Don't make me do this.
I cannot guarantee that if I take it by force, that it will be as meaningful. You have to You have to give yourself to me. You have to allow it. You have to be willing to sacrifice yourself.
Amira, no. I'm the one being tested. You were brought here for me.
Her fangs scrape against your jawbone.
I
Don't
grab
make
her
me
jaw
feel-
and I look her in the eye. You are not the one brought to the garden. You were not the one who was bound with the pack. With so-called handmaidens. Of you, the Morse friends. As powerful women who will stand beside not just me, but her, each other. I know you, and you would never ask me to submit.
I would not ask you. I would tell you. And you will do it now. Or we will both be forfeit. And Lilith's return will be forfeit. And everything we've worked for and everything we've stood for. Everything your friends, your sisters have stood for will be for
And
nothing.
this is where there is a flaw in your logic, Amira. That does not make sense. One of the core principles is we do not kneel.
We kneel
Pain.
to her. Do not put yourself above her. Bare your throat.
It does not make sense.
It does not have to. You cannot understand what is in the mind of someone like Lilith.
And you can?
No, but I am doing what she tells me. Now bare your throat.
No. She told me to be tested. I will not bare my throat like a lamb to the slaughter.
Then I will do it for you. And she reaches for you, and her tongue extends. This tongue of a snake extends out and wraps around your neck and tightens and constricts and pulls you closer to her. Jennifer. Intuition. Lilith is also seen as a figure of powerful intuition, a deep inner knowing that cuts through societal norms and expectations. The intuition is often portrayed as a primal instinctual force, a form of wisdom that allows her to see through deceptions and falsehoods. Some interpretations suggest that Lilith's intuition is a source of both strength and danger, as it allows her to challenge authority, but also leads to her being labeled as rebellious and dangerous. You're in the morgue. Everything is quiet, there is little light, but you do see a body lying under a sheet on the table.
Oh. Well, this is odd.
What do you do?
Curiosity and whatnot. I walk over to the sheet and I pull it back.
You pull it back. The woman that's beneath the sheets opens her eyes. You recognize Abigail.
Hello.
She sits up. She looks at you. The scorn in her eyes, the accusation, cuts right through. What did you do to me?
What I had to do, darling.
Something's not quite right. The hair's not exactly the way it was. You remember the smell of her. Something's wrong. There's a strangeness to the scene in front of you. It reminds you of something you've felt or encountered before. Club in a city somewhere where things were false, things were strange, things were illusion.
This is a trick now, isn't it, Abigail?
Abigail is gone. You're alone in the morgue. You feel a presence in the walls, in the place around you. You feel things shifting. The world around you ripples. You get the sense that things are not as they seem.
I'm not one for trickery myself. You might as well come out and talk.
Give me a rouse check.
That was not a success.
The beast stirs and writhes. It mocks you for not seeing the truth. It reminds you of what happened in that club, Le Folichon. It reminds you how you and your friends, or at least your colleagues for the night, encountered falsehood, things that didn't exist, how the club had seemed so alive but was in fact empty and dead. You look around you. You're in the church, but it's empty. There are no frescoes. There are no dead bodies. There is no sculpture of fallen angels. All you see on the floor are Ada, baby girl, and Vanessa. They are wrapped tightly in vines and branches. Ada is ensconced in what appears to be a tree of some sort that has come through the floor. There is blood flowing from several self-inflicted wounds on her body, and this blood flows down into the roots and into the other two. You stir yourself, sit up, the vines around you let go, fall around you. And then even that image goes away. You see the three of them lying on the floor next to you, as if asleep. You sense a palpable presence throughout the entire building, this empty stone church. And then you hear Nedra's voice. You'll know you're awake soon. We don't have a lot of time. You're safe now, but the others are in danger. I'll help you if you promise to free us. You turn and Nedra's there, and you see that she is cutting the vines that were holding you down.
Nedra, darling, I must ask, is this real or is this another illusion? Because if it vanishes again,
No,
I must
I'm real.
say...
I'm real, but he is going to know soon enough.
I reach out and I like grab her face in both
You
hands.
feel
And I go,
her.
do I
You
feel like a pulse under her?
Yes.
I believe you.
He's in the church. All of it. His presence is embedded in this place. We're gonna need blood to wake up the others. We don't have a lot of time.
Very well. Very well. You're right.
And I reach into my pocket and presuming that my scalpel is still there.
She looks at you in the scalpel and she backs away.
Oh, no, not your blood, dear, mine. Trust me. I have to ask you, dear, before we wake the others. I know we've not much time, but why him? Why do you need this man to free you?
He didn't free us. We freed ourselves. He just lit a spark and guided us to it. He told us of Lilith and what she would have wanted for us, and he showed us how we had the strength.. We did it ourselves.
I For millennia, there has been a deep-seated fear of the feminine, of what power it might hold, of the force, the reckoning, the justice, the boundless compassion. They fear it even now. Fear what it might mean if we explored who we are and what we're capable of. We see it, this rot, this diseased abscess of toxicity and superiority of masculinity over the feminine. Suppression. That's how they keep us small, contained, manageable, bite-sized, perfectly packaged for productivity, production, and prescribed prudence. Well, Nedra, my dear, you have never needed him to grant you permission to be who you are. Deep inside you lives a coiled snake, waiting, watching, taut and powerful. Perhaps it's time to see what would happen if the viper was let slip and unleashed unto the world. This is what Lilith teaches us, how to be wild, vast, unknown. The encompassing darkness, the shadow across the moon. You do not need anyone's permission to see just how unfathomably untamed you can be. You simply are. Now, step onto the path. She will guide your way.
She gives you a very sad smile. And she says, "It's too late." And you feel a presence looming behind you, looming all around you, ancient and powerful. And you turn to face it. Vanessa, Ada, baby girl. Their eyes open. They're in an empty church. You hear sound outside, but there's nothing else in here. There's the three of you lying on the floor of this empty stone church.
Where's Jennifer? She
Let's go.
was with us. Yes.
We don't see her. We need to move. Baby girl, are you okay? Are you...
Yeah, I'm alright. I'm fine. It's fine. Yeah, we should probably go find Jennifer. That seems pretty important.
She just grabs gently your head, and if you allow her, brings you into a hug.
Oh yeah, she allows it.
Solid and brief still. And then releases and holds your hand if you let her, Vanessa. And
She'll kind of like jump a little, but she will take it.
And in her eyes, you both would see that there was something horrible. And wonders if you felt the same. And takes a brief moment to acknowledge it before.
I felt something was taken. I thought I had to. I committed. But I miss it still. And I feel cold.
We're here. Let's talk about it when... Let's talk about it. Jennifer first.
Okay.
Thank you to the nomads for that raid. Welcome in. You take each other's hands and head for the door. As you do, you see through one of the windows what's going on outside, what the ruckus is. You approach the window and look out. From the darkness emerge several dozen women, barefoot and cloaked in shadow, their naked figures caked in mud, streaked with earth and ash, and painted in blood, the blood of the men that they had killed. The dirt and blood are smeared in ritualistic patterns across their faces and breasts and arms and legs. Their eyes gleamed with firelight, something older than flame. They come in a slow procession, surrounding the church, barefoot over stones and roots, their bodies moving in a strange harmony that belongs more to nature than to mankind. Some wear crowns woven from bone, twigs, and feathers. Others have tangled hair trailing down their backs like black veils surrounded with red kerchiefs. Around their necks hang fetishes, animal teeth, bird skulls, rusted keys, fragments of glass. In their hands they hold torches that hiss and crackle, the flames casting grotesque shadows upon the stones of the walls of the church. The smoke curls into the night air. In their other hands they grip long wooden spikes, roughly hewn and sharpened like spears. Their voices rise not in song but in chant, a guttural, rhythmic, and hypnotic chant that sings the name of Lilith. The sounds are primal syllables stitched together from forgotten rites and the burnt memories of the land itself. The chant echoes through the trees and across the hills, vibrating in the bones more than the ears. In their chant, they praise the Dark Mother, Lilith. They encircle the church, slowly tightening the ring. In the east, you see a thin line of blood red has cracked the horizon and heralds the coming of a bloody dawn. And then you see them raise, like a flag or an effigy, a bigger wooden pole, long, thick, sharpened stake, upon which the body of Jennifer is impaled, from the groin all the way through the throat. You hear Lilith's voice, a faint echo. You will be tested. You must do what you fear most doing, what will bring you the most suffering. Only then will your eyes be truly open, and will you see the vast beauty of the garden that we are building together. And that is where we will end tonight.
Oh! Guttural scream.
Oh dear. Well, them's the breaks, kid.
Everybody okay?